Let's talk about a fresh way to practice personal development. In case you're new here, my name's Barry. I'm a women's health coach and I love to teach women about the science of femininity. This is rooted in mastering the body and molding the mind. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you a new way to practice personal development. At least it's new to me, so there's a chance it may be new to you. And oddly enough, this came to me as I was doing my morning skincare routine. So you know it's amazing. But I think the best way to discuss this is simply by explaining what the new way is and then sharing with you my own story with it. The new way to practice personal development is to play to your strengths and specifically utilize your learning style to help you develop. Now, there are 4 different types of learning styles. There is your reading and writing, there is visual, there's auditory, and there is kinesthetic, which is the physical. And some people learn really well from the kinesthetic in that hands-on approach. Some people learn really well from auditory and just like closing their eyes and maybe listening to a meditation. Other people learn really well from looking at illustrations or art. And then some people learn really well from just reading through something like a book. That's exactly what I did. Or they learn really well from writing and just journaling. So when we say a new way to personally develop and utilizing your learning style, that's actually exactly what I'm talking about. But let me give you a prime example because this is literally what happened to me this morning. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, it all makes sense. So for the past 3 years, I have really been focusing on elevating my money and mindset and winning the inner game of wealth. I have done the EFT tapping, I have done the subconscious reprogramming, I have even done journaling to money. I have done so many different programs surrounding money, and I still feel as if it's just there was some type of block that wasn't really getting me there. However, in the morning, this morning, during my morning routine, if you will, I was reading a new book called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, and it finally clicked to me. I finally understood where my money block was, why it was present, and I'm so happy and so grateful that I got to experience this because what actually happened is I was sitting on my couch, snuggled up in my nice little blanket. I had my hot pink highlighter in my hand and I was actually reading and annotating through this book, and I came across a sentence that really just opened my mind, and then I reread the paragraph and I was like, oh, it all makes sense. And suddenly I could feel the physical tension in my body that was surrounding money actually release. I could feel the freedom in my body happen because I read the right thing. Now, you might be thinking, okay, well, why do I care? Because I read. Reading is a learning style. Over the last 3 years, I have tried so many different things, and while they've all gotten me kind of there, they never got me all the way there. And that's because I never really read what I needed to read the way I needed to read it. And don't get me wrong, I have read a lot of the most popular money mindset books, from You Are a Badass at Making Money to The Psychology of Money to Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, but nothing really lit me up the way that this did. And I'm actually going to read to you the excerpt that just put me on this path, because if you are somebody who is also working on your money mindset, this might bless you in some way. So that said, let me get to the page. I asked the audience, how many of you would cite fear as your primary motivation for success? Not many people put up their hand. However, when I ask, how many of you would cite security as one of your main motivators for success? Almost everyone puts up his or her hand. But get this, security and fear are both motivated by the same thing. Seeking security comes from insecurity, which is based in fear. In all my time of doing money mindset work, I never once thought that I had a fear of money. It wasn't until I personally committed to mastering this area of my life, purchased this book, and sat and truly read through this book. Hold on, I'll show you. You can see, can you see where I've highlighted, okay? It wasn't until I read, I used my learning style till the dots finally connected. And I feel like if you are somebody who has ever really felt like you have a deep desire and you've tried so many different things and nothing really works, maybe it's best if you actually look at your learning style and develop that way. Utilize that as the vehicle to get you to your desire. Now, for me personally, I'm gonna stick with reading my books, but of course, now that I've read the book and now that the dot has finally connected, guess what I get to do? I now get to utilize the other aspects of learning and the other modalities, so I can now utilize auditory learning and kinesthetic and even visual when I'm budgeting, and have a deeper appreciation for those things, because that first thing I needed to do, that first connection that needed to be made, was actually made. Okay, so with that being said, I want to wrap up today's video. I really truly hope this has been supportive to you, and if it has, do me a favor and leave me a comment. Don't forget to like, and please subscribe. As always, love you, mean it.